Hey IU, this story was requested by one of my beloved subscribers. When I began looking into the case, I immediately knew that I had to tell Danielle, aka Diamond's story. On February 12, 2022, a neighbor was walking along Ben Hill Road around 12:20 a.m. when he noticed a body lying on the western side of an abandoned home. He immediately called authorities and reported what he'd seen. When East Point police officers arrived, they found a girl believed to be in her teens partially nude. Sadly, she was pronounced gone at the scene. The teen was about 5 feet 2 inches tall, weighed approximately 100 pounds, had a small afro of black hair which had been recently bleached or dyed, and her face bore freckles. No ID was found on or near her. However, she was wearing a gold necklace which read 2005, believed to be her birth year, and an anklet which bore the word WIXKED, or wicked, with an X in place of the C.
This is a very quiet neighborhood. Nothing really happens around here. Well, everything is vacant around here right now. That place, the place over there, that house right there.
Authorities later announced a specific age range, saying that they believed she was between 14 and 17 years old. She had met a terrible fate. And an autopsy determined that she had passed away as a result of blunt force trauma. According to one media source, detectives said that she was reported missing shortly before her body was found. However, no information as to who made the report was released. As the investigation continued, law enforcement determined that her body had likely been dumped where it was found and the attack had occurred elsewhere.
Violent crime in general is what we're focused on cracking down on. We don't want anybody to be violated in our city. We do know it's a homicide. We don't know where from yet. We believe the body was dumped in our city. So what we're trying to do is just go through the process of going through all our missing persons and surrounding jurisdictions to find out whether or not we can identify this person.
A Georgia Bureau of Investigation forensic artist created a sketch of the teen believed to be a teenager to try to determine her identity.
The death and artist drawing has stirred a lot of emotion online, with many commenting with pictures of missing women from around the country. I showed the drawing to neighbours and none of them recognised the woman.
Never seen it.
Many in shock that it happened on their street.
In an effort to assist with identifying the teen and ultimately solving the case, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children released another sketch in addition to photos of the jewelry she was wearing when found.
She was a teenager, no ID. Now there is a second sketch of what she looked like, thanks to a retired FBI agent working with the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children who asked to help, who drew the sketch from police photos of her body.
These are very noticeable freckles, birthmarks on the face. That's going to help us to find her. I honestly believe that. Some family members are going to notice that.
East Point Police Captain Alan Glover.
As investigators pleaded with the community and nation for assistance with identification, they received tips daily from as far as Germany and the UK. However, none led them to any of the answers they so desperately needed. The police captain also shared that she hadn't been laying outside for long prior to being discovered. At the time, authorities said they hadn't been able to determine if she was sexually assaulted. The police captain went on to say that there were so many unanswered questions regarding the case. For example, whether the teen was from the area or another state.
It's been breathtaking to me of how many tips we've gotten.
From around the world. On the East Point Police Facebook page, for example, someone posted still another photo. One more of the hundreds coming to detectives now of missing teenage girls. Could she be her? The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children posting countless more photos of other missing children, missing for a few days, a few weeks, or months and longer. The center now trying to help this girl find her family from the few clues she's given. A distinctive necklace. Is this the year she was born? A distinctive anklet with 6 letters and those freckles.
John, not one of our detectives don't have kids. I can honestly tell you that people in our detectives division have lost sleep over this case.
Trying to find out who she was and who killed her as if she was their daughter.
And we can only imagine there's a family without a daughter, without a sister, without a family member out there. And we're not going to stop until we find out what happened and bring some closure to this. It is a shock to the conscience of ourselves and the detectives working the cases. I've had some hard time sleeping at night. You know that there's a family out there without a daughter, a family member. The most challenging aspect of it is we don't know where the incident occurred. We're not sure if she was brought there. We don't think that anything happened on that site. Closure for the family, we want closure for this young lady, and we want closure for us.
And with identifying this girl, police are hopeful it'll quickly lead them to her killer.
I would hope it would weigh on their mind that they've done something this horrible.
On March 31st, 2022, a family drove to Metro Atlanta after a friend reached out and encouraged them to check to see if the then unidentified was their daughter based on the sketch. East Point Police stated that they had received a call from a quote concerned parent who I've identified as Deidre Bell, telling them that the deceased girl may be her daughter. The child's father was identified as Hank Crowley. At the family's request, police didn't release the teen's name at the time.
We are happy that we finally identified this 16-year-old victim. Now is on to finding out who did this to her. So we want to not only bring closure to this case, but also to the family.
Was distraught when they learned that their child was deceased.
East Point Police credits this sketch with helping them finally put a name to a disturbing murder that shocked their city.
A friend of the family reached out to them and said, hey, I saw a sketch, closely resembles your daughter. So you need to contact the police and just verify if this is her or not. It was great news to the entire department as well as the community. She wasn't abducted. However, we're still trying to piece this puzzle together. So we're just speaking with the family as well as all the leads that come in. So we're just trying to piece this, like, how did she go from here to here?
Right now they are requesting privacy at this time and that her name not be released.
Well, her name is Danielle Crowley, aka Diamond. Do me a favor and comment justice for Danielle Diamond Crowley below. The community was pleased that the teen had been identified. However, some expressed their concern regarding the time it took. Additionally, a police source alleged that the teen was a frequent runaway.
My hearts go out to the parents. Oh my goodness gracious.
That don't sound right, because February to April, and you're just coming forward now saying that that's your child.
Detective Lakeisha Watts says the parents may not watch the news and missed all the coverage. L.V. Davis understands that. He wants to know what efforts the parents put forward to find their child.
16 years old, you're going to be looking for your child.
I hope they do find it. I hope they do find it, because we don't have that much crime in East Point.
Though one part of the puzzle had been solved, there was still a long road ahead. Investigators announced that they were still piecing together exactly how she ended up gone miles away from home. They confirmed that Danielle was from Georgia, but not from the Metro Atlanta area. Authorities also shared that one of the most challenging aspects of the case was that they had no idea where the attack occurred. In March 2022, a woman's name and photo was released to the public by East Point Police Department, who referred to her as a person of interest. On March 9th, investigators announced that she was not involved and cleared her as a person of interest. 2 months later, East Point Police identified Jamarcus McCreary as a person of interest and announced that they were looking to speak with him. Online records showed that he was arrested on August 14, 2022 for resisting an officer. However, I was unable to find any details regarding if that arrest was when officers were trying to question him regarding Diamond's case. Additionally, no other information regarding Jamarcus in relation to Crowley's case has been publicly revealed at this time. Very few details regarding this case and its progress have been shared publicly. While doing research, I came across a few threads of people discussing the case, and there were several theories, including S-traffic. One person alleged that Diamond had been manipulated by a pimp, an older guy, who threatened her family, causing them to walk away, but none of this has been substantiated by authorities. The media had stated both that she'd not been reported missing and that she was reported missing right before her body was found. Some of Diamond's more distant family members have expressed their frustration with the entire ordeal and said that they were never told she'd been missing and were also kept in the dark for a period of time after she was identified. This is a Crime Stoppers Atlanta case, and tipsters can remain anonymous and could be eligible for a reward. They can be reached at 404-577-8477, or you can submit a tip online. Additionally, anyone with information regarding the case can also contact the East Point Police Department Criminal Investigations Division at 404-559-6300 or 404-761-2177. You can also email police@eastpointcity.org. May the family and friends of Danielle Diamond Crowley find solace in the happy memories, and may her soul rest in perpetual peace. Thank you.